High input costs and an ongoing drought have proved to be challenges for many farmers and ranchers. With spring bull sale season in full swing, a beef cattle nutritionist shares how cattle producers can maximize new genetics through nutrition and resource management.
The American consumer is demanding that we produce a quality product. We're feeding cattle over longer periods of time, and so that gives us the ability to develop more marbling and have a better eating experience for the customer. Genetics are a great thing to invest in. But if you invest in genetics and don't invest in your nutritional program, your animals will never express their full genetic potential.
While some may be looking for ways to decrease input costs through inflation, purchasing a low-quality feedstuff could negatively affect cattle nutrition.
I think a lot of people really want to look and find the cheapest feedstuff that they can buy, and I think that's a mistake. You don't consider what that feedstuff may bring into your operation, you can really get into some big trouble. So if you buy something, the best thing to do is buy it with a test. If you can't buy something that's already been tested, you need to go test it yourself, because if you don't know what you got, you don't know what you need. We always need mineral in a cow herd.
Without the right feedstuffs and mineral supplementation, cattle will show marginal performance regardless of drought. Balancing nutrients against requirements is key, with adjustments made to account for depleted resources in a drought.
But we've got to meet that cow's protein and energy requirements, because if her rumen's not functional, she's not going to be a functional animal. A mineral supplement in a drought may need to look a little bit different than our regular mineral supplement, because our regular hay and our supplementation program is out the window for the most part. So again, that's where that forage test, knowing what we're buying from a supplement standpoint and looking at how all that fits together is going to pay you dividends.
The best time to prepare for extreme weather events is when you're not in one. Evaluating pasture conditions and a herd's nutritional needs can guide a management strategy to maximize forages through the next drought.
Droughts don't happen over a short period of time. They don't develop extremely quickly, and it takes just as long to get out of a drought as it took to get into the drought. When it starts to rain and we're coming out of a drought, it's pretty much human nature that we're going to really pull back on what we were doing for those animals from a forage and a supplement kind of a standpoint on a pasture animal. I really want to urge people not to be too quick on the trigger to stop doing those things, because especially as we come into the spring and we start to get a little moisture and things start to get better, it's really easy to look out in that pasture and say, look at all the green. Especially in a drought-stricken area where you've lost a big percentage of your grass canopy, you're going to be really surprised if you walk out there and look straight down versus looking at it at an angle. If you look at it at an angle, you can see all this green, but if you look straight down, you're going to see a lot of dirt. You're hurting your ground, you're hurting your forage, you're hurting your cows if you don't continue to take good care of them. A cow never gets a day off, and what we provide that animal from a supplementary basis and from our forage base affects her and her calf every day.